What does not scare you actually does not make you grow. I'm sure you must have heard of that before. The journey of personal growth and self-development is a challenging one. It often requires us to step aside out of our comfort zones and confront our fears and insecurities. It often requires us to step aside, take new moves. Sometimes it could be to make new moves, sometimes it could be intimidating. It's of course essential to understand that what does not scare you does not grow you. You see, in life, we are often faced with opportunities to push ourselves beyond our limit. These opportunities can come in many different forms, such as taking a new job, starting a new relationship, or pursuing a new hobby. At first, the idea of stepping out of your comfort zone can be overwhelming, and we may feel apprehensive about taking the leap. Yes, it happens to everyone, it happens to all of us times. You don't want to leave your comfort zone. You're fine where you are. However, it is important to recognize that these challenges are very important. In fact, they're essential for our personal growth. When we push ourselves beyond our limits, when circumstances arise and we push ourselves beyond our limits, and we face our fears head on, we learn valuable lessons, lessons that we otherwise wouldn't have learned if we hadn't taken those steps. We learn about ourselves and our capabilities. We find out that we can do a lot more than we give credit to ourselves for. We find out we're a lot more resilient than we can ever imagine. We also learn that failure is not something that we must fear or that needs to be feared, but rather, if we consider failure as an opportunity for growth and learning, that's it. That's how you begin to go beyond where you are already. The truth is, growth and progress are not possible without facing some level of discomfort. It is only when we push out of our comfort zone that we are forced to confront our weaknesses and work towards overcoming them. Yes, that's the way it works. And there's actually no way around it. We learn to adapt, we learn to adjust, we learn to thrive in new and challenging situations and environments. And in turn, this helps us to become more resilient and even become better equipped to handle future challenges. However, it is important to note that stepping outside our comfort zone does not necessarily mean that we should constantly put ourselves in danger or take foolish or unnecessary steps to put ourselves in harmful situations. Remember, the wise one sees calamity and takes his leave and is protected. The foolish one will go on and will bear the consequences. It's essential to strike a balance. Yes, it's to strike a balance and ensure that when we're going into making any move with regard to personal development and growth, we're making calculated moves. We must be careful to ensure that our new experiences can be incredibly beneficial. But again, it is important to do so in a responsible and a thoughtful manner. In conclusion, I want to say that, what does not scare you actually, to a large extent, I don't think makes you grow. And this statement is a reminder that we must be willing to step outside our comfort zones if we want to grow and improve as individuals. And truth is, it might be intimidating sometimes. At first, it might be intimidating, facing our fears and taking on new challenges. But tell you what, that process helps us to discover our true potential, what we're capable of. And eventually, we become the best version of ourselves. Okay, so my advice to you is, the next time you are faced with challenging situations, remember that growth and progress, they both come from facing your fears head on. I hope this has encouraged you somehow. I don't know what you're facing today in life. I don't know where you are, but understand that you must not hide behind whatever is happening and fail to take the lessons and ask yourself, why am I here? Why has life brought me here? What am I supposed to learn? And how am I supposed to grow? Do not forget, Because the moment you make that shift, the moment you're able to understand that every situation you find yourself is probably there to teach you some lessons, then everything changes. My name is Stallone-Obaraemi Samuel. My sincere desire for you is that you go on succeeding by becoming a better version